On the air with some breaking news at the Supreme Court. The High Court has ruled that states do, in fact, have the authority to ban transgender athletes from taking part in girls' and women's school and college sports. This involves two separate cases, both brought by transgender women. It is expected to have wide-ranging implications. Let us bring in our senior legal correspondent, Laura Jarrett. I see that you have been sifting through the decision and the dissent for some time now. Top lines, what does this mean?
The top line here, Craig, is that all of the states, 27 in fact states that have tried to enact these types of bans, trying to make sure that girls' sports teams do not include transgender women and girls, both at the college level all the way down to lower school. Those bans can now stand. As you mentioned, Craig, this involves two different states, West Virginia and Idaho, but the implications are nationwide and far-reaching. The states here said that they had tried to enact these types of bans to protect women's sports, to keep women and girls safe, and also to ensure competition for women and girls sports. And today, the High Court, in a divided opinion, saying states can, in fact, do that without violating the Constitution, without violating federal law. They say here in part, Craig, in the majority opinion, separate sports teams for biological males and biological females are reasonable, given the inherent physical differences between the sexes. Allowing only biological females to play on women's and girls' sports teams can reduce the risk of physical injury and ensure fair competition. The court going on to say what's more, forcing women and girls to play against biological males can deter some women and girls who would otherwise participate in sports from doing so. They go on to explain further that the Equal Protection Clause allows schools to maintain separate teams for female and male athletes, and schools may do this to determine eligibility for women and girls sports teams based on biological sex. This is constitutionally justified. So again, this has to do with the states of West Virginia and Idaho, but it now means that all those other 27 states, Craig, that have tried to pass these types of bans that have been under some criticism and dispute, those bans should now be also upheld under the Constitution.
Pause. And that's all there is to it. Look, that's all there is to it. What are we doing? Look, they indoctrinating the kids, G. I swear to God, they are. I went to my son's school, G. Giving him pride posters. It's okay to be gay. Like, bro, my son's 4. What do you mean? He has no idea about none of this. I don't want him actually to know it. And that's why I want my son to go to private school. Or, shit, just teach him, homeschool him. But this is the problem. This shouldn't even have reached the Supreme Court. Who is fighting for biological women, or biological men, to be in biological women's sports? Y'all gotta understand, this shouldn't even reach the Supreme Court. Like, not even the slightest. We're so far from the plight, it's ridiculous. Y'all gotta understand, we are so far from the plight, it's ridiculous. We're removing God from the families. We're not procreating, and our born males want to be in women sports so they can win, because they cannot win in male sports. Ain't that some shit? I'll give you a solution. So I'm a solution-based person. Equal opportunity, equal rights, equal loves. Let's have a transgender sport Olympics or some shit just for the transgenders, men or women. I bet no biological woman that wants to be a male will join, because they're going to lose to the biological male trying to be women every time. Every time. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Let's create a sector that's, if you're trans sports, trans basketball, trans track, trans swimming. But you don't get to go into the boys or the girls directly as a trans individual. I bet that will make it fair for you then. Then you can see the discrepancies. You can see that the biological boys are way stronger than the biological women that pretend to be the opposite sex. This shouldn't even be a fight. We've seen how it happened in the UFC. The dude switched over to woman UFC. He the #1 ranking. The number 40th swimmer, a male swimmer, when he switched over to female, he the #1 swimmer. Come on, bro. Like, this shouldn't even be a fight. But you know what's so funny? The Democrats are going here, and I hate to blame the Democrats for this because that's what I see. They'll come on here and argue that they should be allowed to. Look, are we playing? Is it A for effort? Because that Olympic, this is not the same shit. Is it A for effort? Are we just giving motherfuckers trophies just because they want to participate? Are we getting people trophies for winning? We got to cheat now. They like, man, I can't win. I can't win as a guy. I'm gonna have to turn over to a girl, G, and win as a girl. Look, I'm not against them. Hey, they can do whatever they want, but when it involves my daughter have to be in the locker room with a transgender female, which is a biological male, and he still got his appendage and he can do whatever he wants to when he feels like it. No, I don't want him in the locker room with my daughter. Is that like common sense? Same vice versa. If my son is in a sport and there's a biological woman in there, but she's dressed as a man, no, I do not want her around my son. Like, why is she in here with them? I don't even want to solidify that type of stuff. Like, bro, it's United States, boy, we something different. We are something different. And I tell people this a lot. If the rapture gonna come, they're gonna come to us first. United States, they going first. Facts. If the rapture comes, United States going first, G. I already know. What are we doing? We're confused. We're advising people to be confused. I want you to do a little experiment. I used to take Psych 1 and 2 whenever I was in nursing school. Psych 1 and 2. The Psych 1, it had specified it was a disorder called gender identity disorder. So I was curious once all the transgender stuff came out, so I Googled it to see what's the definition that pops up. It says that it's an out-of-date term, and it's no longer used. It's called gender dysphoria. All right, so we're reclassifying things that's been in stone forever just to make people feel better. Dysphoria doesn't make it look and sound any better than what it is. Gender dysphoria, so it's still a mental disorder, right? It's no longer a mental disorder, so now it goes from mental disorder to not mental disorder. And then we're going to reclassify and rename it. The killer part is, and y'all got to understand this part, this has got to the Supreme Court. This is the higher courts. This just never got to the Supreme Court. When Trump said that we should remove, if a biological boy, but you want to be a girl, you have to put your biological gender on the ID or on your passport. How dare he tell me I have to do? Nigga, we going through customs. You could be a spy. You come in as a dude because you ain't put your wig or makeup on today, but your ID say you're a girl because that's what you identify. Come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, I want y'all to ask yourself, and I'm not against what, like, they do whatever they want to do. It's just when you force the government to confine to these crazy ideologies, bro, we've lost the plight. When the higher courts have to come in and say no, the states can uphold the transgender athletes playing girl sports. You know why they didn't say that the transgender boys don't play in boys sports? Because they wouldn't win anyway. That's why. Y'all think there's no transgender boys out here? There are. It wouldn't matter because if they join the sports anyway, they're going to lose because you're going against real boys with real strength. But then again, if I'm a concerned father and you're in the gym room and this is a transgender woman, I don't want you in the locker room with my daughter. You have a ding-a-lang, G. College or high school. You shouldn't be in the girls' locker room. Like I said, I'm a solution-based individual. You know, it's Angelo Savage. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Maybe they should have a transgender-only sport category. Even for the Olympics, if they want to take it that far. But the thing is, you can't do that for Olympics because other countries don't do that. It's really just America. Maybe the United Kingdom. I don't know. But it's really just America. That's our flaw, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, based on my last video that I made and a new video, it correlates, bro. We're going to be taking over very, very soon. We might not make it to the 300th. I'm just saying. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. It's the Savage Report, man. This it's getting crazy out here, man. Peace.